Welcome to Dreamiest Sleep Stories. I'm glad you're here. This is a gentle space where you can slow down, get comfortable, and allow yourself to rest. There's nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go, and nothing you need to stay awake for. As you listen, you can let the sound of my voice soften your thoughts and guide you towards sleep. If you drift off, that's perfect. If you stay awake for a while, that's perfectly fine too. Make yourself cozy. Take a slow, easy breath, and when you're ready, we'll begin tonight's story. Tonight's story is called The Cabin That Waits for You. You begin by imagining a quiet path beneath a wide, darkening sky. Not a dramatic sky, not a stormy one, just a soft evening sky, gently turning from pale to deep. The light is calm. The world feels unhurried, and you are unhurried too. You don't need to be anywhere else. You don't need to figure anything out. You only need to arrive right here in this moment. So take another slow breath in and let it go. Now allow your shoulders to loosen, as if the weight of the day can simply slide down and away. Allow the muscles at the back of your neck to soften, as if a warm hand has rested there for a moment, steady and kind. Let your jaw unclench. Let your tongue rest gently in your mouth. And if you notice thoughts, that's all right. You don't have to follow them. You can let them drift past, like small leaves on water, moving on without needing your attention. As you breathe, you become aware of the quiet rhythm inside you. Breathe in, breathe out, and with each exhale, you settle a little more. Now, in your mind, the path beneath your feet is made of soft earth and fine gravel, the kind that gives slightly, the kind that feels forgiving. On either side of the path, tall pine trees rise, steady and dark, their branches weaving a gentle canopy overhead. The air is cool, fresh, clean. It carries the scent of pine needles, damp bark, and distant rain. Not heavy rain, just a steady rainfall that has been going on for a while, like nature's own lullaby. You can hear it, softly, everywhere. A delicate tapping on leaves, a quiet drumming on branches, a gentle whisper as it falls into the undergrowth, and the sound wraps around you in a comforting way, as if the whole forest is speaking softly, saying, "It's all right, you can rest." You continue along the path, and you notice you are perfectly comfortable. Your body feels supported. Your pace is easy. Your breathing is slow. And with each step, you can feel your mind becoming simpler, quieter, smoother, a little less sharp around the edges, a little more spacious. Now, imagine that you're wearing exactly what feels best. Perhaps something warm and soft. Perhaps something cozy around your shoulders. Perhaps a hood that keeps the mist from your hair. The rain doesn't bother you. It feels like part of the calm, like a steady background sound designed to help you let go. And as you walk, you begin a gentle body scan, the kind that asks nothing of you except noticing. Bring your attention to your forehead. Smooth it as if you could iron out any tiny lines of effort. Let the space between your eyebrows soften. Let your eyelids feel heavy, relaxed, as if they are resting on warm velvet. Let your cheeks soften, your mouth, your chin, and now your shoulders again, letting them drop just a fraction, as if they're remembering they don't have to hold anything up right now. Your arms feel loose, your elbows, your forearms, your hands, your fingers. Let your hands be heavy and calm. Now your chest rises gently as you breathe. No need for a deep breath, just an easy one, a natural one. And as your chest falls, your belly can soften too, unholding, unbracing, unworking. Your lower back relaxes, your hips settle, your thighs feel warm and steady, your knees soften, your calves, your ankles, and your feet becoming pleasantly heavy, comfortably still, even as you imagine yourself walking. Everything in you easing, everything in you arriving. Ahead, through the trees, you notice a faint glow, a warm light, low and steady, not bright, not harsh, just enough to feel welcoming. It appears between the trunks like a small lantern, a quiet promise. And as you draw closer, you can see it is a cabin, a small forest cabin. Wooden walls darkened slightly by the rain. A roof that angles gently downward, sheltering the porch. Windows that glow amber from inside. There's a simple path leading to the door, and the ground around it is tidy and calm, as if someone has been caring for this place quietly for a long time. You can hear the rain more clearly now as it taps on the roof, and you notice something else too. A soft sound from within, a faint crackle like a fire, a low hush of warmth. You step onto the porch and the boards feel solid and safe beneath you. The porch roof shelters you, and the rain sound changes, becoming softer, more muted, as if the world has gently stepped back. You pause here for a moment, just long enough to feel what it's like to be close to warmth, close to shelter, close to rest, and you notice that you don't need to knock. This cabin isn't someone else's. It is simply waiting for you, as if it always has been, as if it knows you're tired, as if it understands the quiet human need to be held by a safe place. You reach for the door handle. It's cool and smooth beneath your fingers. You turn it with an easy motion, and the door opens without effort. Warm air flows out gently like a soft blanket, and you step inside. The first thing you notice is the light. It's the kind of light you see from lamps with shades, warm, golden, kind to the eyes. There's no bright overhead glare, only pools of gentle glow. The second thing you notice is the smell. Wood smoke, clean and sweet. A hint of tea, or perhaps something herbal simmering quietly. And underneath it all, the scent of wooden walls that have been warmed by a fire for many evenings. The cabin is simple and perfect. There's a small entryway with hooks on the wall, a bench where you can sit, a woven rug that feels soft underfoot. You close the door behind you, and the outside sound becomes quieter still, though you can still hear the rain, faintly, like a reassuring drum in the distance. Now you can take your time. No rushing, no decisions that matter, only small soothing motions. You remove your outer layer, whatever you're wearing, to keep warm in the rain, and hang it neatly on one of the hooks. You can imagine your shoulders feeling lighter as you do this, as if you've taken off not only a coat, but a whole day. You place your shoes or boots on the mat, and you can feel the comfort of being indoors, safe and dry. There's a gentle warmth that wraps around your skin. Not too hot, just right. And somewhere nearby, the fire crackles softly. In the main room, you can see it, a wood stove, or perhaps a small stone fireplace. It glows with orange embers, a calm, living light. In front of it is a chair that looks as though it has been waiting for you specifically. Wide, soft, welcoming. A blanket folded over one arm, a cushion already plumped. It's the kind of chair that invites you to exhale. So you walk over slowly. You stand beside it for a moment, just feeling the warmth on your hands, your face, your chest. And then you sit down. The chair takes your weight easily. It supports you. You sink into it in the most comfortable way, and you let your head rest back. In the quiet, you can hear the cabin's gentle sounds. The fire, a soft tick of wood settling, the rain outside pattering on the roof. Maybe the faintest creak of the cabin itself, like an old friendly ship at rest. And in this softness, you can return to your breathing again. Breath in, breath out, nothing to hold, nothing to chase, nothing to solve. Now, on a small table nearby, you notice a mug. Perhaps it's empty, waiting. Perhaps it's already filled with something warm. Either way, there's no urgency. But the idea of a warm drink feels nice. So, slowly, you stand again. Your body moves easily, like you have all the time in the world, because you do. You follow the warm light toward a small kitchen area. It's not large, but it is beautifully arranged. A wooden counter, a deep ceramic sink, a kettle on the stove, a row of jars on a shelf, tea leaves, dried herbs, honey. Everything here feels calm and intentional. You place a mug on the counter and you fill the kettle with water. The sound of water is gentle, soothing. You set the kettle to warm, and while it does, you choose something simple. Perhaps chamomile, perhaps mint, perhaps a blend that smells faintly of lavender. You place the herbs in the mug and you watch them settle. You don't need to think. Your hands just know what to do. When the kettle is ready, you pour the hot water slowly. Steam rises in soft ribbons. The scent blooms warmly into the air. And for a moment, you simply stand there, breathing it in. Warm, herbal, comforting. You add a small spoon of honey if you like. Not too much. Just enough to feel like a gentle kindness. And then you carry the mug back to the chair near the fire. The warmth of it spreads into your palms. It's like holding a little pocket of comfort. You sit again, carefully, and let the mug rest in your hands. You take a slow sip, not for energy, not for alertness, only for calm. The tea is soothing. It moves through you like warmth moving through a cold room, gradually, kindly, without any rush. And as you sit here, you notice that the cabin feels as though it is settling too, like it recognizes your presence, like it's pleased you've arrived. The fire crackles softly. The rain continues its steady song, and your eyelids may feel heavier now. That's good. That's welcome. Now, in the quiet, you become aware of the room around you. There's a bookshelf against one wall. Not crowded, just a small collection. A few nature books, a few old stories, a few volumes with soft cloth covers. There's a table with a lamp and a bowl of pine cones. There's a window where you can see the blurred outlines of trees swaying gently. And in the corner, there's a small basket of blankets, more than you could ever need. Everything here says the same thing. Rest. Now, if you like, you can imagine drawing the blanket over your legs. The fabric is soft, slightly heavy, the kind that makes your body feel secure. It settles over you and instantly tells your muscles they can relax more deeply. Your feet soften, your calves, your thighs, your hips sink further into the chair. Your shoulders drop again. Your chest rises and falls like a calm tide. And your mind starts to float. Not in a dramatic way, just in that gentle, sleepy way where thoughts become less important, where they lose their grip, where they become little clouds passing. Now You decide to explore the cabin, not because you need to, but because it feels pleasant, like a slow, sleepy tour. So you finish your sip of tea and you place the mug on the table. You stand again and your body remains calm and warm. You take a few steps across the rug, and as you walk, you notice how quiet your footsteps are. The cabin feels padded with comfort. You begin with the bookshelf. You run your fingers along the spines. Some are smooth, some are textured, some have gold lettering that catches the lamplight softly. You pull out a book at random. It opens easily, as if it has been read many times. Inside, the pages smell faintly of paper and time. The words are calm, a description of forests, of rain, of stars. You read a few lines, only a few, and then you close it again. Not because you're finished, but because you don't need to finish anything tonight. Tonight is for drifting. You place the book back where it belongs, and you move on. There's a small table with a drawer. You open it gently. Inside, you find simple things: a candle, a box of matches, a small notebook with blank pages, a pencil. Nothing urgent, nothing sharp, just quiet possibilities. You close the drawer again, then you walk toward the window. You place your hand lightly on the wooden frame. The glass is cool. Outside, the rain continues to fall. The trees sway slowly, and the darkness between them looks soft and deep. Not frightening, just vast, a wide, sleepy world. You watch the rain for a moment, and as you watch, your breathing becomes even slower, because rain has that effect. It gives your mind something to follow, without effort, drop after drop, a steady rhythm, a gentle pattern, a promise that nothing needs to happen quickly. And you realize something. This cabin does not ask you to be productive. It does not ask you to be impressive. It does not ask you to be anything at all. It only offers you a place to rest. You step away from the window, and you notice a small hallway leading to other rooms. You follow it slowly, the way you might in a dream. The hallway is lit by a small lamp, low and warm. On the wall, a simple picture, perhaps a painted scene of mountains, perhaps a sketch of trees, something quiet. You pass a small bathroom, clean and comfortable, with folded towels and a faint scent of soap. Everything here is prepared. Everything here is easy. Further down the hall there is a bedroom. The door is slightly open, and warm light spills out softly. You step closer and you see a bed that looks impossibly comfortable. Soft blankets, plump pillows, a quilt folded neatly at the end. The bed is made, and it looks like a place where sleep arrives quickly. You stand in the doorway for a moment and simply look. You don't need to go to bed yet, but the sight of it begins to tell your body what's coming. It begins to remind you of something simple and ancient. It is safe to sleep. You step into the room. The floor is warm beneath your feet. There's a bedside table with a small lamp already on. There's a chair in the corner with a blanket draped over it. There's a shelf with a few more books. And there's a window here too, with curtains half drawn, letting you see just a slice of the rainy night. The sound of rain is softer in this room, more distant, like it's been filtered through comfort. You move closer to the bed. You let your hand rest on the blanket. It feels soft and thick, a little heavy, the kind of weight that makes your body relax even more. And now, gently, you return to your body again. Your head, your face, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your chest and belly, your back, your hips, your legs, your feet, all of it ready to sink, all of it ready to be held. But before you lie down, you notice something else in the room. A small shelf of folded linens, a basket with a warm robe, and a simple ritual seems to suggest itself. Not because you have to do it, but because it feels soothing. So you take the robe and you slip it on. It's warm, soft, and it wraps around you like a hug. You can imagine the day falling away even more. You can imagine the last little bits of tension melting, like snow into a warm bowl. And now you sit on the edge of the bed, just for a moment. The mattress gives gently beneath you. You take a slow breath in and out, and you let your shoulders soften again. You let your jaw unclench again. You let your eyelids rest heavier again. And then you lie down, slowly, carefully, as if you are placing yourself into rest. Your head meets the pillow, your neck relaxes, your shoulders sink, your arms settle wherever they want. Your hands loosen, your chest rises and falls, your belly softens, your hips sink, your legs stretch out, your feet fall open, heavy and calm. And now you pull the blanket over you. It settles across your body with a comforting weight, like a gentle hand pressing down just enough to say, "You are here. You are safe. You can let go." The rain continues outside, steady, soothing, a constant, friendly sound. And you realize you can stop holding yourself awake. You can stop scanning the day. You can stop thinking about what comes next. Because tonight there is only this. A warm cabin, a soft bed, rain, and rest. Now the story begins to move in gentle circles, like the rain itself, like the fire, like breathing. We will return to simple things again and again because repetition is soothing. So, in your mind, you return to the main room of the cabin for a moment, not by standing up, not by walking, just by imagining. You imagine the fire again, the warm glow, the soft crackle, the way the light moves slowly on the walls. You imagine the chair by the fire, the table with the mug, the lamp, the bookshelf, and you notice how safe it feels. Then you imagine returning to the bedroom again, the bed holding you, the blanket, the pillow, the rain. And in this gentle back and forth, your mind begins to learn a simple pattern: safe place, soft place, warm place, quiet place, again and again and again. Now you can imagine the cabin breathing with you, not literally, just in the sense that everything in it has a rhythm. The rain has a rhythm. The fire has a rhythm. Even the quiet has a rhythm. And your breath joins them, breathing in, breathing out. Longer on the out-breath now, if you like. A slow inhale, a softer, longer exhale, and with each exhale, your body sinks a little further into the bed, as if you're becoming heavier and heavier in the most comfortable way. Now, imagine that somewhere in the cabin, a kettle is quietly cooling, the tea leaves resting, the warmth lingering. The cabin is doing what cabins do: holding, sheltering, waiting. It doesn't ask you to stay awake. It doesn't ask you to listen carefully. It doesn't ask you to do anything at all. It simply keeps you company while you drift. And if you find yourself still awake, that's all right. You can keep listening. You can keep imagining. You can keep returning to the same gentle places. If you drift off, that's perfect too, because the cabin will remain. The rain will continue, the fire will glow, and you can rest. Now, let's take one more slow journey, very gentle, through the cabin, like a sleepy loop. You imagine the entryway again, the hooks on the wall, your coat hanging there, heavy with rain, now drying in the warmth, your shoes resting neatly, the rug beneath your feet. You imagine the kitchen, the wooden counter, the jars of herbs, the mug, a spoon, a soft curl of steam that has now faded. You imagine the main room, the chair, the blanket basket, the fire, the books, the lamp. You imagine the hallway, the quiet picture on the wall, the soft light. You imagine the bedroom again, the bed, the pillow, the window with rain, and you imagine yourself here exactly as you are now, safe, warm, held, and then you let the loop end, not with a sudden stop, but with a slow fade, like a candle's flame becoming smaller and softer, like a thought dissolving, like a wave returning to sea. Your body is heavy now, your breathing is easy, your mind is quieting, and the rain is still falling outside, steady and gentle, like a lullaby with no beginning and no end. In this cabin, the night is kind. The air is warm. The blanket is soft. The pillow is waiting. And you can allow yourself to drift deeper and deeper into sleep. The cabin will keep watch for you. The forest will remain calm. The rain will continue its soft song. And you can rest now. You can rest. You can rest. You can rest.